Charlotte! Charlotte! Huh? Charlotte, Nanny's died. It was Saturday the 16th of October, the day my grandmother died. I hadn't seen my grandmother for over a year now. She forgot my 18th birthday, so my mum weren't speaking. I remember calling my sister, who was staying at her boyfriend's, and I told her the news. She cries instantly down the phone to me. Everyone around me was crying and I couldn't cry. I didn't want to. I went back to my bed while my sister and my mum went to see my granddad. My granddad was the happiest man you'll ever meet. "Hello, Ducky," he'd always say to me, and he'd greet me with a great big hug. The next day I went to work as normal. I wanted life to carry on as it were. I still hadn't cried. My mum asked again if I wanted to go to see my granddad. I said no. I went to see my dad after work instead. I went around my dad's because I didn't want to be around the sadness. He asked me, "Are you okay?" "Yes, I'm fine." Everyone can ask me. I was fine. I finally decided days after my grandmother's death to go and see my granddad. I waited to see the cheerful man that I knew and loved. His eyes, they looked dead inside. I finally cried that day. The day of the funeral came. I remember looking at where my sisters and family were and sitting on the other side with my dad at the back. My sister looked at me with tears in her eyes as if to say, "Why aren't you here with me?" I couldn't do it. I didn't want to be with the sadness. The coffin began to move when I noticed my granddad leaning towards it. His mouth began to open to say what would be his final loving words to my grandmother. "I love you, my darling." I felt a single tear run down my face. I wish I'd seen my grandmother more before she died, not let a stupid birthday card get in the way. But most of all, I wish I could have cried for that day. I just hoped deep down she knows that I miss her. It just wasn't her I cried for.